Got some showers moving through. It's calm weather. It's about 30 degrees, 32 degrees. And just see what we can do. Hey, so a little bit of a follow up here. So it's Sunday, December 17th. It's about noon now. Decided to call it quits for the day. Had some showers move in. Wasn't really that bad. I mean, had the rain gear on, so it's not like I was wet or cold. But it's just been a frustrating year. I'll say frustrating. Blessed to be able to go out and hunt as much as I have, but compared to last year, it's been quite a bit of difference. I mean, we had a pretty good EHD die off here this year in August, September. We really didn't know how many deer we had lost. I think we found on the same little waterway that runs through Dad's farm across the valley. I think we found five dead deer. I haven't found any over here on my side, but I don't know. I've got a lot of pictures of deer on trail cameras, but they're all nocturnal, and I don't really know what to do about that. I'm hunting over the trails leading from feeding areas where I think feeding areas are to bedding areas, and all I'm seeing are fawns and yearlings. I mean, I even had, when I hunted over on the other side a couple weeks ago, I mean, I had little fawns, little spikes, and even had a single horn little buck, unicorn looking thing come running through, and they were chasing fawns. So now, I did see one good size 6-point down here 2 weeks ago, and he was going wide open, but once again he was chasing a fawn. I mean, these little does that I'm seeing are 45, 50 pounds. I don't know if all the mature does have died off or what, but I mean, you can see across on the other side over there is where I was at last year hunting in that saddle, and most morning sits I was seeing between 7 and 10 deer a morning, and then of course I am trying to figure out this side of the property over here after we bought it and built this house here, which took up a lot of archery season, so I didn't get to hunt much during archery, but I am spending a lot more time here trying to learn where the deer are moving, trying to develop this side of the farm. We had never hunted over here till I hunted here 2 or 3 days last year before we started the house construction process, and as you can see, there's a big stand of pines with a super thick pine thicket in there, and I know they're bedding in there, and I let the hillside grow up this year into this really high just native grasses here, and in a lot of places those grasses are 4.5, 5 feet tall, and that's facing to the east that way, south that way. So I mean, it gets first of the morning sun, and those deer, they're not having to move anywhere. I mean, they're able to just stay bedded in that high grass, and they get that first sunlight. So I'm starting to rethink my strategy for next year. I don't think I'm going to let the whole hillside grow up so high, because it's not funneling them anywhere. They're able to just go anywhere they want. They feel safe and protected anywhere they go, and they can bed wherever. So while I'm sitting in the stand right now, even though I'm kind of frustrated at times, the cogs and the wheels are turning, and I'm trying to make plans and strategy for next year. And then even not beyond that, but in addition to next year's deer season, I'm trying to make up a strategy for turkey season, because turkey season will be here in 4 months. So and we had turkey all over the place up here all summer and fall. I haven't seen a single turkey during the whole deer season, so it's probably because I let the field get so high. So I've got to find the balance between how to manage the property for deer and turkeys. And the crazy thing is, I found I had a quail out here this week. We haven't had quail up here in years, probably not since I was a kid. And I jumped a quail on my way to go check trail camera the other day. I was thrilled because TWRA told me if I let the hillside grow up in these grasses, that there would be a good chance that the quail would return. So, just a lot of things to process. I may just have to break the property up into quadrants and manage each one individually. I don't know. So, anyway, kind of a long-winded wrap up for the day, but hey, it's a journey. Stick with me, and we'll see what we can find. Thanks. God bless. Little update. I wasn't going to hunt today. I wasn't going to hunt yesterday afternoon, but my dad called. I was in the house working, and he called. He could see my backyard, the field behind my house, and there were 2 bucks chasing a doe, and one of them looked to be probably one of the big bucks that I've got on camera. I know that one of the big bucks was killed on the property back here beside me, but I've gotten 2 of the other big bucks on camera in the past week, and so there's still a lot of activity going on out here. Had a one-sided 3-point I've been watching all year. Had a one-sided 3-point been watching all year. I had a lot of funky growth earlier in the year, and it broke it off. We've been seeing a lot of one-sided deer here in the past 2 years. So I made up my mind early in the year I was going to take him out. He came through earlier on me, down here in the thick stuff between me and the road, and I couldn't get a shot. When he got to the clearing, he bolted and went across the field. I started grunting and pulled him back a little ways. And then something crazy happened. I thought they were all going to bed over in the field. Someone came to my uncle's house in a really loud truck, and they started cutting firewood. They were about 250 yards up the hill. As soon as that happened, deer went everywhere. I had a doe and 2 fawns ran past me. I saw another deer run through the pine thicket. And the whole time, these does and fawns were just bleating and carrying on. And this guy came out right straight in front of the tree stand. I'm shocked because I had to move to get everything situated to get him, but he came right in. Alright, so I just got down from my stand. All my stuff. Just walk out here and check him out. Man, what a year. He's a good-bodied deer. Oh, I'm so thankful. I'll roll him around here in a minute. Get a couple pictures. Here it is, December, what is today? 30th. This is my first deer this year. EHD hit us hard. We've found a couple more skeletons just in the past couple weeks. And what's weird is it looks like all the mature does are what have died off. I mean, I'm seeing deer every sit, but they're all fawns. And a lot of times it's fawns with no mom. And what we found too was most of the remains that we found have all been does. They found one buck across the road over here, a big buck. It was a 9 or 10. They found him just skeleton, but we got hit hard, and I've been super selective this year. But as far as not wanting to take any does because of that, but at the same time my freezer's completely empty, and I'm starting to get a lot of pressure from the wife to take something. And I told her this morning, I said, well, if I see a doe today, I'll take it, because we need some meat in the freezer. And I saw 7 deer this morning, and this one twice. And man, I'm so thankful he came back. When he hopped across the water line a while ago and took off across the field, I thought, man, I blew it. I've been waiting for this guy all year to cull him off the property. And then he came back through just to getting it, and he was nose to the ground. I think one of those fawns that came through earlier may have been in heat, because he was hot on their trail, and they were bleating and carrying on. So, man, I'm just so pleased and blessed to have this guy.